social media really, I've heard it, I've heard the stories of, I've been in conversations, you can see what social media is, but I think I'm really feeling it now. And over the last month, I haven't been on social media. Like I haven't been, occasionally I find myself as a reaction scrolling. The moment I do it, send, like within 10 seconds, I realize I catch myself and I come off.
I know.
I'm not interested. Like I'm not interested. I see where it's taking my attention. And there's been a few times, like I've been meditating so much in this last month, more than I have, and more importantly than the quantity, more beneficially than I ever have in my life, has my meditations been in this last month. And I've been writing a lot during this month because that art is coming out of me. And at times I've felt to share things on social media, and I'd stopped and I thought, what is my goal in doing that? What is the value of the point that it's taken me in my life, everything that I've been through to get to the point of being able to meditate for the amount that I've dedicated myself to meditate? That's been my life experience that shaped me to see the value in it, right? It's like, there's so much value in what I'm gaining right now. And I want to just openly share that for what? So I have to really define that. Now, of course, I want to share that to help someone else, but how can it help someone else? And what is the purpose? Like on social media, when you share let's take it here. So I could share a thought, just a thought on social media, or like an understanding that I've put into a small paragraph. Or I could take that and I could develop that over time and refine it. And that could become a book, a piece of art, a poetry. But if I take the first thought and I think, yeah, that makes sense, and I put it out there, like without any time given, and then I think this is how the instant society has become. It's like any first thoughts, and the social media even asks that, what's on your mind, right? It asks you what's on your mind. But now I prefer to take time, because what's on my mind doesn't matter. It changes all the time. It's the work that I put in to refine what I know, and to refine the tools that can be useful. I'm interested in what lasts a long time. And so you don't get that in just a thought or in a moment. That's something that takes time to cultivate and develop. And that's why there's a value to that. And like our initiation, we paid for that because there was a value. It's like, you're putting something out there for free. It means less. You lessen the value.
You do. And you pollute it. Somebody who's not, that's the hate. Like, musicians talk about it all the time. They spend a few years developing an album, put their heart and soul into this thing. And then some critic will listen to it once and chew it up and compare it to something else. And it's like, it's not for you then, is it? You know what I mean? Maybe you don't like it, and that's your prerogative. That's fine. A lot of people don't like certain foods, or everyone's got different musical tastes, or they've got different experiences. But really, as an artist, it's for you. Whatever you produce is for you. And then you got this like cancel culture aspect of things, where it's like, I didn't like that, it made me angry. Something makes you, the thing is, if something makes you angry, right, that's art. It's inspired some kind of emotional reaction. If you listen to something, it does nothing for you, and you can describe that as not being art, I suppose, for you, in your perspective. If something makes you sad, angry, scared, if it evokes some kind of response, That's what art's supposed to do. It's supposed to be expressing something that challenges you or develops you or just engages you. You know what I mean?
To see something different, to
yeah,
notice something about yourself.
exactly. But that's the thing with modern society. They don't want different. They talk about we want different, but as soon as something different comes up and it makes them upset or angry, then they want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So it's counterintuitive. Like it's we want diversity. Yeah, okay. So here's something that makes you angry. We don't want it. Like, I don't.
And the more
get
society supports that, it weakens the culture, it
Mm.
weakens the society, and it weakens the individual.
Exactly.
And it stops them from accessing the core of who you are and all of the abilities and the potential that we come with.
And even that, like, abilities and potential, and for instance, if something makes you angry, it says more about you than the thing that made you angry.
Absolutely.
So really, that's great. Something makes you angry. It's pointing out something in you that you need to address. Whether it's you need to just observe it, whether it's pointing something out that you need to, I wouldn't say change, but refine. Then that's great. You've been blessed. But people don't see it like that because there's a fear there. Generally, fear, anger is a seed. The seed of anger is fear, isn't it? It's like you go from anger to fear. If you go in the wrong direction, fear can take you through to courage, but if you go in the other direction, it will take you through to anger, and anger.
If you avoid the courage, it takes you to anger.
Yeah, anger, violence, suffering. Or sometimes you can skip straight through the anger and the violence because you feel disempowered, right? You go straight to the suffering. So it's like, you know what I mean? So I think... and
it's interesting because there's many people that talk about, they talk about this happening in modern society. I even hear people like use these terms like snowflakes, the snowflakes of the modern society. Oh, you can't say anything, the cancel culture. And what I notice is the hypocrisy, right? It's easy to notice when you're outside because they too have a fear. They get angry because they feel like they can't be themselves because of the society around. So they in turn are doing the same thing. And then this back and forth, like this attack and defense starts to happen. And, I guess the moment you get into, it can be taken tongue in cheek, but, when you start becoming derogatory or, labeling or, showing signs that you're getting angry, you're showing signs of the same thing yourself.
Exactly.
And that's been a useful guide for me, this year I've taken a lot of time to use that, okay, if something has triggered me to be upset, to be sad, to be angry, that is food.
Yeah,
that's food, right? That's food for your soul. That's food for your spirit. It's like, you can't even ask for anything more. It's like the design, it's been designed so perfectly, like how life works. It's been designed so perfectly. And if you take a moment to not judge it, to not bring your thoughts and your opinions and just see it, it becomes so very clear.
And it's funny you should say that as well, man. Like, it is food, and the people that aren't doing it are starving their souls. You know what I mean? So it's like you're sitting there and you're feeling hollow and you're feeling empty inside because you're being offered food, you're not eating it. And that's where the term
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Why is
it's right here.
It's right here. You know what I mean?
I don't want it.
I don't want I don't want it.
I want that one.
Exactly. I want pleasure. I want
what the mind wants to eat.
Yes, exactly. But that doesn't feel...
Not what the soul, what the spirit wants to eat. You want what the mind wants to eat.
Exactly.
The distraction.
Yep. And that's where when people say, they are mental because they are mad, because they're constant. The mind gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and all the mind is a survival instrument, right? It's trying to keep you safe. So anything you don't like, your mind will steer you away from. It will steer you away from it because it's trying to survive. And you know, as crazy as that seems, it's doing its job. It's just that you've got it in overdrive.